Good evening, everyone. Uh, Today is not just a graduation ceremony, it is a special moment where memories meet dreams and students here become future leaders. When the school team came to meet me and invite me for this ceremony, what surprised me most was the theme that you chose, which is pioneering possibilities. It says a lot about the students here, the vision that you have. Because this is not just a theme, it's a mindset. It reflects courage, it reflects curiosity. It honestly reflects a generation that is not afraid to ask what's next, and more importantly, why not? And this is exactly what the world needs today. I would like to acknowledge Brijeji's vision at the Satwa Group, the role that he's played in shaping not just infrastructure but institutions like Greenwood High. Today, Satwa is also becoming part of the growth in the great state of Andhra Pradesh, and that is where I met Neeruji. And she spoke on and on about Greenwood, and she invited me to come. And that is how this connection began, and that is how I have the privilege of standing before all of you here today. And I must say, what I see here today is not merely infrastructure, but what really excites me is institutions like Greenwood High are truly creating global citizens. Standing here also makes me nostalgic. It reminds me of my graduation days at Carnegie Mellon and at Stanford, where I remember those days were filled with dreams, ambition, and a lot of uncertainty in front of me. But one thing I learned, education is not just what you learn, but it is about how you learn to think. And that is something I strongly see here. A system that prepares you not just for exams, but for life. Before I go further, I'd like to ask the young batch here a few questions. Show of hands, how many of you want to be doctors? How many of you want to be engineers? Law graduates? Nice. And how many of you are choosing a career in arts? How many of you want to be politicians? There, India's future is secured. No, whatever path you choose, please remember this. Don't follow trends, follow purpose. Trends change, but purpose will always sustain. Always choose the road less traveled. Many of you see me as a minister today, but my life journey has not been a straight line. The highs have always been very high, and the lows have been extremely low. I first became a minister in the year 2017. I joined Mr. Naidu's third term as Chief Minister as the Panchayat Raj, Rural Development, IT and Electronics Minister. I sat in a room, I took decisions, and I could feel the impact that we had in the remotest villages of Andhra Pradesh. That is the power of responsibility, but life also has its own way of testing you. In 2019, I had the audacity to choose an electoral constituency that my party did not win for almost 40 years. I thought, I'm Lokesh, I'll definitely win. And I lost. That moment could have broken me, but honestly, it has built me. And I have a new definition for fail. I call it first attempt in learning. After that defeat, I took a decision not to step back, but to actually step forward. In 2023, I undertook a Padayatra, which enabled me to really understand my state, understand the aspirations of the youth, the farmers, the employees, the students. It enabled me to build a lot of emotional quotient for all the decisions that I take today. I had an opportunity to meet farmers, women, to understand their aspirations, and to really connect at a level that I never did in the past. Because until then I had seen life from the system's perspective. But during that journey, I saw life from people's perspective. And trust me, those two are very different perspectives. And then came my next chapter. In 2024, the subsequent election, I went back to the same constituency, Mangalgiri, same people, same place, but this time around it was different. I had a very deep connection with my people and a stronger understanding and a stronger conviction to win their heart. And it was not just a win for me. It was a win for my constituency. I won with a majority which is the third highest ever in the history of the state of Andhra Pradesh. When I look back and I reflect, that journey was not mine. It was a reflection of trust. It was a result of listening. It was a proof that when you connect with people genuinely, change happens. Pioneering possibilities is not always about creating something entirely new. Sometimes it's about seeing what other people haven't seen. It's about listening where others ignore. It's about standing up when it's easier to sit down. I always tell my students in my state something which is very simple yet very powerful. And I hope all of you have your notepad and pen ready. Never do anything that you cannot openly tell your mother. I like to repeat it. Never do anything that you cannot openly tell your mother. If every decision in your life passes this test, then you will never go wrong. Because in a world of shortcuts, ethics is your greatest strength. I go to a lot of admissions events of Stanford, Carnegie Mellon, and particularly for Stanford, a lot of the aspiring students ask me a question on how is Stanford different from other universities. And when I reflect back, there's one powerful movement that really moves me. We used to write examinations without invigilators. You heard it right, we had no invigilators. The professor would come, keep the exam papers on the table and would leave. We would go collect it, write our exams, and once we are done, we would leave. Now that I think about it, what stops someone from cheating? Nothing except integrity. And I honestly felt that, the system there was not about testing our knowledge. It was testing our character. And that lesson stayed with me for the rest of my life. Character is what you do when no one is looking at you. There was another interesting practice at Stanford where we had a board in the classroom, and as students we would write if there's anything that we would love to learn about. It could be AI, it could be about learning about wine or our journey in life. And other students would go by, and if they were interested to collaborate and share their experiences, they would actually write their name. And that was the power of collaboration. That was the power of peer learning that I had at Stanford. And that is the network you build in institutions like that. Today, as you're stepping into a world that is changing faster than ever, technology is evolving, jobs are changing, entire industries are transforming. Some of the jobs you will do are in sectors that are yet to be discovered. So, what do you need to do? You need to be adaptable, resilient, curious, ethical, and what I believe is very, very important is to have that fire in your belly. Because knowledge will change, but these values will not. To the parents here, today is your movement too. Behind every successful student, there is a sacrifice, patience, and unconditional support and love from parents. You always stand with us through our highs, through our lows. And to the teachers, you are our architects of the future. Because you don't just teach subjects, you shape lives. Greenwood High has built something truly remarkable, and there is a reason I'm here. I really wanted to understand what it takes to build a great school, because I believe this is also what is required in the government education system in our great nation. A school that builds knowledge, life skills, and confident global citizens like you all. Dear students, today you received your diploma. Tomorrow you will receive your responsibility. Responsibility to your family, society, and to Bharat. As you move forward, remember three things. Dream big, but stay grounded. Work hard, but stay ethical. Succeed, but take others along. Because true success is not what you achieve alone, it is what you enable for others. Class of 2026, you are not just graduates, you are our pioneers. Go out there, break barriers, challenge norms, create solutions. And I have a personal ask from all of you. Come back, serve our nation. We need youngsters like you to lead from the front. It was really exciting to hear from your students on their passion and how they want to take things forward. So please come back, be part of the system. Yes, it is tough. Yes, it is not easy. That is why we have an opportunity. So please come back and serve our great motherland and truly live the spirit of pioneering possibilities. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And I don't want to keep you from your dinner. With this, I'd like to wrap up. Thank you very much and Jai Hind.